In this video, we will be dynamically displaying a well-formatted menu using an array. So what we've been doing in the past is just having multiple print line statements to print our menu. But what we want to do instead is put them into an array and then use a loop to display that menu, making it sort of more dynamically printed. So let's have a look at what we've got when we run the program. We have this nice looking menu. We want to achieve the same, but we want to sort of make the process more dynamic. So what we have is basically a scanner object, and this is just code from previous videos, but I haven't got all of the functionalities because I wanted to focus on the purpose of today's topic. So what we have is an object of a scanner being created. It's been also passed as an argument to a function called display menu, which displays the menu, takes the user's input, and then returns user's choice as an integer that is then captured into another variable here in the main method. That's an integer, which we print out to the user. So let's see how it works. So basically when we say 1, we say, we get you've selected one. It doesn't do much, but again, for the purpose of the video, that's all that we need. So let's go ahead and display the menu dynamically. So I will keep this menu so I can use it as a reference to create my new menu, but I will comment out code that we don't need. It will be an error in my program because this function is meant to display an integer which is no longer being returned, but it's okay because we will be doing that. So I will pretty much return this value at the end of this function. I've also got comments here. So display the menu and print each menu option dynamically. It's not many steps, only 4 steps. So let's go ahead and start with the first one, the array of menu options. So what we want to do is define an array of strings that can hold elements. In this case, we would like it to hold menu options. So we're going to call it something relevant to what it's actually doing, and that would be menu options. So let's go ahead and create our menu options. So the first one is going to be a plus. The second element is going to be a minus. And the third one is going to be a multiply. The fourth one is going to be a divide. And the fifth one is a power of. And the last one is going to be the quit option. All right. So next, what we want to do is display the menu and print each menu option dynamically. Now, since those those lines are not really menu options, I would like to keep them separate to the actual options here in the menu, in the array. But since we've got 2 lines here repeating themselves, so we might put this into a variable that we can call, I'll put it at top actually here. Yeah, I'll put it at the top. We can call this string line and give it that so that we can reuse this variable. So let's display the menu. So let's, every time we want to print that line, all we need to do is just do something like that. And so we want to display the line at the beginning and at the end. So here in the middle of the work, this is where we want to print the menu. So here's where the work is going to go, is we're going to use a for loop because our array is a string. So each element is also a string. So for each option in our array, which is called menu options, we would like to loop through basically this array and print out the option. Here's where the dynamic work will happen. So I'm going to use the printf so we can specify our formatting rule. So our formatting rule, what we want to do is first print out that vertical line. So that's something that we want. And next, what we want to do is specify that our formatting rule, what we would like is the string to be left aligned. So we use the minus or the flag set to minus, left aligned. And we would like initially to print it within 10 spaces, and then we can see if that's looking good or not. Next, we specify that it's going to be, what are we formatting? So basically we're formatting a string because each element in here is actually a string. And then we can say, we can also display another line like this, a vertical line or a pipe, if you'd like to call it, and a new line, of course. And then we say what is our string. That's going to be the option. That should be it. I'm not able to run the code because it's still expecting for me to return something. So let's complete and then we'll test it. Ask for the user's choice. Basically here we'll say make a selection. It's good to say that the options is from 1 to 6. So that's a bit more clarity to the user, and then returns the user's input. So I'm just going to copy this line and return it. Okay, looks good so far. Let's just run it and make sure I haven't got any issues. So this is the original menu that we printed, we hard coded. So you know, the new menu doesn't look very well. So I think I need more spaces. So you can see that the number of spaces that I need is about 5. So let's make this 15, and hopefully that's gonna look better. Okay, so it kind of looks identical to the previous one. The only difference is I've put in the selection down at the bottom, which should be all right. I guess now we can get rid of our previous code, all of it. And so that way, what we have is a more dynamically created, well-formatted menu. And the benefits of doing that is that now the code, so now the menu is easier to update. You can easily update, add options, remove options. You don't need to change anything. So you only need to add elements or more options later on in your code. So that pretty much makes your code easier to update. And the other thing is you don't need to change the loop because you know, the loop is handling all of the options, so nothing to change as well. So this is making your code less repetitive, and it's also easier to read and manage. So it gives you that cleaner code. So I hope this video was helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.